Hello, this is the assignment 3 reflective facilitation workshop video that we're going to talk about our workshop.
Yes.
So today we held our workshop, and the theme of the workshop was an office Christmas party. And
Yeah. And we started with a little lighter activity. We gave some Finnish Christmas drinks for our participants. They had an opportunity to kind of taste them and talk about them. We had uh, also Swedish julmust, which was an experience for them. So this was because we wanted to have something more light and to like have kind of icebreaker for the beginning of our event.
yeah, and after that we offered them some tea and some gingerbread, and we started the main part of the workshop. We had 26 questions, and in the end we just went through like 20 because we ran out of time. But the questions were uh, shaped like they were questions that are meant to bring a group together, a community, to get to know each other better.
Yeah, there was some of those questions were a bit more light. There were,
Mhm.
for example, who would you like to ask for a dinner if you could ask for anyone
Anyone in the world, yeah.
anyone in the world. But also there was some more personal questions. For example, one question was to tell your life story in 2 minutes. So there was a bit of variety in those questions.
Yes. Yeah. So what went well? Well, we had these safer space principles, and which we told the participants in the beginning, and if there were some like slipping ups, we'd remind them, and I think that's good and necessary, so I think that went well.
Yeah. We also gave some directions on how to answer for those questions. So we had those like saver place principles at first, but also we had directions on like
Answering the
yeah,
questions.
so like don't interrupt each others and um, give the floor to that person who's talking and don't judge anyone. Uh, um,
And nobody had to say anything they didn't want to say. Like, you could
yeah,
ask a question if you just didn't feel like answering it, or if you felt uncomfortable answering it. Like we said, some of them were a bit deeper than the others.
yes,
Yeah, and some other stuff that went well. We prepared our workshop very well, so we had a good and clear timetable, and then we also had clear roles for us facilitators. Ida kept told the timetable to the participants, and also like moved us along
yeah,
during that 1 hour. Uh, I was in charge of the questions during the 26 questions part, and Lilli brought the sodas and gingerbread and cups and everything.
facilitated. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So
Lily was responsible of like pen and paper
yeah,
part.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, and also, also I would like to mention that create we created a very nice atmosphere in
Mhm.
that classroom. We had like some Christmas lights there and a bit darker lightning, so it also created a place where participants felt safe and um, like they had
Festive. Yeah.
festive and yeah, and they had like good feeling to also go a bit deeper in their discussions.
Yeah.
And I also think we had good content itself. I felt that 26 questions worked very well and participants actually shared new things from each others for like new things
They
about
definitely
themselves.
learned stuff about each other they didn't know
Yeah,
beforehand, and I would say deepened their connections
and relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we have talked about this already a bit, but like the ambience was good, and then because we had the warm up activity as they tasted the sodas, and then we had some tea, so that feels like we had a good Dramankaari Dramankaari during our workshop. um, so yeah, it
Yeah.
had an beginning,
Middle and an ending.
yes,
Yes.
So what do we need to improve? Well, there was quite a bit of talking in the middle of the questions part from our like facilitator team.
yes.
So
Yeah.
that we some people, namely me, need to learn how to shut up.
Yeah.
That's nice.
We mean that we kind of got quite excited
Yeah.
ourselves too from these questions and from answers they gave us. So
Yeah.
that's why we sometimes wanted to kind of participate ourselves, but it wasn't really meant that way. So that was one thing we could improve.
Yeah, we tended to like forget our roles as facilitators,
Yeah.
and instead we kind of like acted like we were a part of the. I was gonna say experiment, but
Yeah.
the activity
Yeah.
didn't work too well.
Yes. Also, during this event, we had some Christmas songs playing in the background, and sometimes it created some a bit like
Comical
comical
situations, yeah.
situations because persons were sharing some very personal like personal trauma, also like very personal things, and
There might be something like
funny Christmas
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah.
So it didn't
something
work that
very
well.
jolly playing at the same
Yeah.
time. But
Yeah.
doesn't actually
Yeah.
play into the ambience.
Yeah, and that's why one thing to improve is that we maybe need a content warning in the beginning. Maybe if we
Yeah.
do something like this again, that the attendees know that uh, some hard
Yeah.
topics or personal topics might be talked about, so
Yeah.
like they are prepared to also decline answering if
Yeah.
needed.
Because we did give some directions on like how to answer on these questions. We did say that you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but the thing we didn't do was to tell a bit more about the content we were going to discuss. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
we,
they weren't really prepared for the fact that like
you have to
the
tell your
questions
life story.
would be so big as
Yeah.
to tell
Yeah.
your life story.
Yeah.
I guess they were maybe anticipating some like fun, lighthearted questions only, and then we had those ones where you kind of want to share your personal trauma,
Yeah.
even if you don't have to, even if we told them they don't need to
Yeah.
share
Yeah.
that, but if you want to share something.
Yeah.
That kind of came out of nowhere. maybe,
Yeah.
For them, and we should have considered that better.
Yeah.
Another thing that I think we also need to like we had a good timetable, but we should have like considered that maybe the participants would do like more talking than like we expected, and maybe we should have had like less questions because
Yeah.
we ended up doing like 20 when there were 26.
Yeah.
So like that should have been better thought through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I had one thing in my mind about those like deeper questions.
Yeah.
We could have, like in beforehand, we could have like learned some tools on how to move on to like there's topics after those
Yeah,
deeper
yeah.
ones.
True.
So
Definitely.
there was some situations where we had this like, okay, now you have shared your like childhood trauma, and then we didn't really have any tools on how to move on.
Yeah.
So there would have been some tools needed on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But overall, I think we did well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. And I'm very happy on that we actually managed to give them something new. Like I really feel that
Yeah.
they learned something new from themselves and
Each other. Yeah.
each others and started to understand the like each other better than
Yeah.
before this workshop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully the conversation carries on.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
so much.
you.